What if I told you that your phone, your laptop, your car, your hospital's life support machine, the satellite your government uses for defense, all of them depend on one island? Not America, not China, not Germany. An island smaller than the state of Maryland. An island that sits in the middle of one of the most dangerous military flashpoints on Earth. An island that, if it disappeared tomorrow, would crash the global economy other than the 2008 financial crisis, other than COVID, other than anything we've seen in modern history. That island is Taiwan. And today, we're going to break down exactly why the world cannot function without it, and what happens if it ever goes away. Stay with me, because this one will genuinely change how you see the world. Before we get into the crazy stuff, let's quickly get our geography right. Taiwan is an island of about 2.3 million people sitting roughly 180 kilometers off the southeastern coast of mainland China. It's officially called the Republic of China, yes, China, because of a civil war that ended in 1949 when the losing side fled to the island and set up their own government. Meanwhile, the People's Republic of China, what we call mainland China today, has claimed Taiwan as its territory ever since. So you've got two governments, both claiming to be the real China, separated by a narrow stretch of water called the Taiwan Strait. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most countries in the world don't officially recognize Taiwan as an independent nation because they don't want to upset China. The US, the UK, Nigeria, almost everyone, they all have unofficial relationships with Taiwan. Taiwan is essentially a country that the world pretends doesn't exist while completely depending on it to survive. Let that sink in. Now here's the part that should genuinely blow your mind. Inside every modern electronic device, your phone, your laptop, your smart TV, your AirPods, your car braking system, your ATM, there's a tiny component called a semiconductor chip. Think of it like the brain of any electronic device. Without it, the device is just plastic and metal. Useless. Now, who makes these chips? You think America, right? The land of Silicon Valley? Or maybe China, the manufacturing giant? No. One company, based in Taiwan, makes over 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductor chips. That company is TSMC. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Founded in 1987 by a man named Maurice Chang, TSMC figured out something nobody else could: how to manufacture chips at a scale and precision that nobody on earth has been able to replicate. We're talking about chips built at 3 nanometers. To put that in perspective, a single strand of human hair is about 80,000 nanometers wide. TSMC is building circuits smaller than a virus. And they are the only ones who can do it at this level. Apple, their chips are made by TSMC. NVIDIA, TSMC. AMD, TSMC. Qualcomm, the company powering most Android phones, TSMC. Even some of the US military's most advanced defense systems rely on TSMC chips. America tried to build its own version. Intel tried. Samsung tried. China has been trying for decades and spending hundreds of billions of dollars. Nobody has caught up. So when people say Taiwan is important, they're not talking about tourism or agriculture. They're talking about the one choke point that controls the entire global technology supply chain. Remove Taiwan and within 6 months, Global electronic production collapses. Within a year, industry from healthcare to aviation to banking go dark. Now let's talk about the elephant, or rather, the dragon in the room. China wants Taiwan back. This isn't a secret. Chinese President Xi Jinping has made it one of the central goals of his leadership. China calls it reunification. Taiwan calls it a threat to their democracy and way of life. And the world is caught in the middle. Here is why this is a geopolitical time bomb, unlike any other. If China ever moved militarily on Taiwan, the US has an informal commitment to help defend it. Japan, which is just a few hundred kilometers away, will be pulled in. Australia, South Korea, the Philippines. Everyone in the region has skin in the game. We'll be looking at a potential conflict between the world's two largest economies and military powers. But here's the twist nobody talks about enough. China also needs Taiwan's chips. Chinese tech companies, Huawei, Alibaba, Baidu, they all depend on semiconductors too. China imports more chips than it imports oil. If China invades Taiwan and Taiwan's chips factories are destroyed in the conflict, China destroys itself economically in the process. This is what some strategists call the silicon shield. The idea that Taiwan's chips dominance is actually its greatest protection. Because any country that attacks Taiwan risks destroying the very thing that makes Taiwan valuable. It's the most unusual form of national security ever created. Not built with guns or missiles, but with nanometer scale circuits. Now let's bring this home, because this isn't just about big government and tech companies. This affects you directly. Remember the global chip shortage of 2020 to 2022? When COVID hit and factories slowed down. TSMC couldn't produce enough chips fast enough. What happened? Car manufacturers shut down production lines because they couldn't get chips for their vehicles. Ford, GM, Toyota, billions of dollars lost. People waited over a year to buy a new car. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X launched, and you literally could not buy one. Scalpers were reselling them for 3 times the price. Hospitals struggled to get medical devices. Laptops were out of stock for months. Prices on everything from fridges to washing machines shot up. And that was just a slowdown in production. Imagine if Taiwan was gone entirely. The IMF estimates that the conflict over Taiwan could wipe out 10% of global GDP. That's over $10 trillion. Gone, just like that. To put it in context, the entire GDP of Africa is roughly $3 trillion. A Taiwan conflict could cost the world more than 3 times the entire continent of Africa's annual output. This is not a regional issue. This is a global survival issue. So what is the world doing about this terrifying dependency? The United States passed the CHIPS Act, committing over $52 billion to build semiconductor factories on American soil. TSMC itself is building plants in Arizona. Intel is investing in Ohio. Europe launched its own CHIPS Act. Japan is building semiconductor facility. But here's the hard truth. Even with all this investment, experts say it will take at least a decade before anyone could truly rival Taiwan's capabilities. Building a cutting-edge fab isn't just about money. It requires specialized knowledge, specialized equipment, and decades of expertise that Taiwan has built up since the 1980s. Taiwan didn't become irreplaceable by accident. It became irreplaceable through decades of focused investment, engineering excellence, and strategic decisions that the rest of the world is only now scrambling to replicate. So let's bring it all together. Taiwan is a 36,000 square kilometer island that the world officially barely acknowledges. But underneath that political silence is an uncomfortable truth. The modern world is built on Taiwanese silicon. Your phone, your car, your hospital, your bank, your country's defense system. All of it runs on chips that only one place on earth can make at the level the world needs. Taiwan is not just a geopolitical flashpoint. It is the single most critical node in the global technology infrastructure. And the fact that most people don't know this, and most people scroll past news about Taiwan without second thought, is one of the most dangerous gaps in public awareness today. Because what happens in that tiny island affects every single one of us. Now you know. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to see it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know, do you think the world is doing enough to prepare for Taiwan crisis? And if you're new here, subscribe because we break down the stories that actually matter the way nobody else does. I'll see you in the next one.